This was the funeral of a billionaire. His children showed no signs of grief as the eldest son carelessly poured sand onto the grave. Suddenly, the sound of a car engine was heard. It was the grandson arriving late with his friends. After the ceremony ended, the entire family eagerly awaited the distribution of the inheritance. However, the lawyer announced that none of them would receive anything, leaving them deeply disappointed. The grandson also expected nothing. His father had died, and rumors said that his grandfather was responsible. Just as he was about to leave, the lawyer called him back. His grandfather had left a video recording, promising a reward if the young man completed a series of tasks. First, the grandson was sent to a vast field. He had to drive wooden stakes into the ground, each stake worth $10. At first, he was lazy and careless, until a supervisor forced him to return to work. Eventually, he finished building the wooden fence, and his work gradually became more organized. When the task was completed, the lawyer told him to find a job on his own as the second challenge. The young man returned home to find the house empty, and even his bank account had been frozen. His girlfriend had left him, and his friends refused to help. The real test had only just begun. When he had nothing, he would discover who his true friends were. One day, while sleeping on a park bench, he saw a homeless man trying to steal a bag from a mother and her daughter. He immediately stepped in to stop the theft. The mother and daughter thanked him and gave him some food. After hearing his story, the little girl decided to offer her help. Together, they went to see the lawyer. The lawyer asked whether the little girl was truly a friend. Cleverly, she replied that one should look at the man and ask whether he seemed like someone who still had something worth hoping for. In the end, the grandson received a check for $1,500, the money he had earned from working in the field. The next challenge was to use that money to help others. At first, he planned to help the homeless man, but then he saw that the man had stolen another woman's bag. Inside the bag, he found unpaid hospital bills. He returned the bag to the hospital and discovered that the little girl was undergoing chemotherapy. He paid for her medical treatment, completing the task. He was then sent to visit the site where his father's plane had crashed. There, he learned that his grandfather was not guilty. His father had impulsively boarded the plane, which later crashed unexpectedly. The final challenge was for him to have a dream. He couldn't think of one, so he visited the little girl again. She told him that her dream was not to die and to stay with her mother. He then told the lawyer that his wish was to help the little girl and fulfill her dream. The lawyer gave him $100 million and promised to establish a residence to help sick children. However, not long after, he learned that the little girl had passed away. At the next meeting with the lawyer, the $100 million had already been paid in full. It turned out that the man had passed all the tests and won the true final reward, the inheritance of $2 billion. But now he realized that money meant nothing, because he had gained a lesson far more valuable than wealth.